Hello again and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. Hope you're doing well and trying to keep out of mischief. This is a current events reading for Elon Musk. This has been requested several times, including even before I was even capturing names on the notepad back in the day. But the ones I did capture, Jacquia, I think that's how you pronounce your name, and Janet, and all the other people. But we do like to name and shame the lovely people suggesting future readings on this channel. You can do the same down below in the comments. Very lovely indeed. And what's really, really nice is people voting on other people's suggestions, like voting them up with their little likes and stuff like that. That's beautiful to see. So if you're new here, we are building a village because it takes a village to support everybody. That's the important thing. And we do it across multiple platforms. Here on YouTube, we also do most Saturdays and Sundays over on Twitter. We do free tarot readings on a first come, first serve basis, but you can bribe the system as well. So go across there and follow. It's a follow over there. It's a subscribe over here. There's also the website, which is the only place you can get personal private readings, as well as courses that are coming soon and a few other bits and bobs, which are going to be rather sexy. Please follow us on X or Twitter as an alternative way of communications. That'd be very, very saucy. And also, of course, we've got the Discord, which is our village hall as part of the village itself. The greatest good village, because it takes a village to support everybody. That is what we do. So here we go. Elon Musk. A current events reading for Elon Musk. For the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always be appreciative. Now, I should say this video is coming to you via Starlink technology. So as part of the T's and C's of that, we have to keep calling him Daddy every so often. So I do apologize. Everyone has a nickname. We've got Old Biddy Biden, Trumpy Trump, Cackling Harris, Daddy Elon Musk. Everyone. Charlie Boy for King Charles. We equal opportunities on the nickname front. So High Priestess, he's definitely following his intuition, his calling. He's definitely in the zone for him, especially with the priorities here with the two of Pentacles upright here. It feels very strongly as if it's like I've been saying for the last couple of days, you can't unsee what you have seen. You can't unhear what you have heard. And I think this goes back, once again, we've got the intuition with the Moon card and also justice, balancing it out. I was literally just about to say this, which is nice to see. Two things you need to know about Elon Musk. I'm not a huge fanboy, but I do like what he's doing. And also, every month we pay for his bills. But the two things you need to know to at least understand him. One, he suffers from Asperger's, so very much a black and white view on things. If you've got one rule, it's for everybody, not just for one favourite place and people or against people you dislike and that kind of thing, which has got a lot of people upset on the Twitter sphere and all that crap. And also the second one is that one of his children has transitioned. And that's, I think, from the interviews I have seen, and this was months ago, that was part of the reason, the last straw, as it were, of when he finally realized what was going on in California. That's why he went to Texas and moved most of his, I think all of his operations now over to Texas. So it's that's how you pronounce it. Shut up. So this is kind of his fairness. His kind of, that's why he's like black and white, balanced, equal opportunities for all, quite literally. So there's opportunity here, disappointment here, but he's still kind of planting that seed of opportunity. So the Ace of Matches here is, I think there's a project that's just about to be launched or talked about kind of thing. Obviously, we've got Tesla, we've got SpaceX, we've got Twitter, And we've got the Boring Company, which I still maintain is the best named company in the world. It's brilliant. But if you have never heard of it, it's literally just to do tunnels underneath cities and stuff like that for traffic. That's basically, they just do tunnels. That's why it's a boring genius. So it's one of those situations where I think there's another string to his bow that may be coming. It feels very strongly like the Ace of Matches or Ace of Wands is very much a aha moment, light bulb moment, kind of new idea, passion. The Five of Cups is that he's this feels more frustrated than disappointed about how fickle things have been for him in the last year or so. It feels as if, you know, he's frustrated because why, from his point of view, I'm getting kind of like, why aren't people seeing the hypocrisy? And quite rightly, because he's gone from the darling of the Democrats and like electric vehicles and all that kind of stuff, all the way down to kind of, oh, he's the devil's child because he's now Trumpy Trump supporter and funder. And it's just one of those kind of weirdness that it's like, why is no one seeing the hypocrisy? And I think this is why, with the Page of Buttons here, the Page of Pentacles, his new manifestation that's coming in. There's a new project here that he's seeing. Like I said, it hasn't been launched yet. I don't know. There's something here, and I know a lot of people poo-poo him because he hasn't created anything as such. He's just like bought a company and then done stuff. But Steve Jobs never created anything. And I think you need people whom are kind of like the conductors of the orchestra, if you get me. So like Zuckerberg is not a conductor of an orchestra. Okay, he's a coder, he's a geek, he's a nerd. He tried for a couple of years to try and be the next Steve Jobs, and it failed miserably. Because it's a different skill set, if you get me. And I think that's what his true kind of superpower is to see things from a slightly different point of view, with his kind of black and white vision, as it were, and kind of go and grab hold of stuff. And I think this is what, there's something here that is going to be talked about soon. Another string to his bow, another kind of way of doing things. Persevering through with the Seven of Pentacles. Magician, there we go, that manifesting, putting his resources in, his action in, his the ways of doing things in. Like I said, it feels as if this is something new. A new approach, a new way of doing things. And this is not connected necessarily with the election. It doesn't feel like election. It feels more about a long-term approach, a longer project, a longer investment of time and effort. And through he's going to push through ways of doing things. That's what it feels like. The Tower card, there we go. The Tower card is the new foundations that I'm feeling here. Tower can be positive, kind of like, purposefully planting seeds of opportunity, purposefully kind of manifesting things, and then the new tower is built. The new project is designed and made and done lovely. Or it can be negative, which is kind of left field, kind of craziness, kind of sudden chaos, madness, knocking down your tower. This feels very like I said up here, even though it's kind of, it's coming from a place of disappointment, it's kind of bracketed with positivity and opportunity, and he's seeing things from another way of doing it. And that's why he's putting his head down with the perseverance card. He's manifesting with the resources, with the magician card. And there's the tower, the new tower that's being built, the new way forward. We've got the wheel of fortune, overarching energy. And the Queen of Needles, oh wow, cutting out crap. She's a bit of a knee-jerk reactor, our Queenie here. She is honest, truthful, can come across as a bit cold, but is very much kind of, there is no BS. There's no any form of biasy, if you get me. It's like clean cut, kind of like the Asperger's thing that I was talking about. Like, this is the way we're doing it. So this is really nice as a base reading for the starting off point. If you're new here, we're now going to get some more cards out and see what's going on from here. Let me just go get the predictions cards. We just need 5 from here, please, for Elon Musk. Let's go here, and then we'll get some more tarot out. Because it's feeling as if this project is going to really slap down a lot of people. It feels as if kind of putting them back in their place. Kind of I'm getting an arrogance energy here, an obnoxious energy here, which is not Elon Musk. And since I've done 2 or 3 readings about Trumpy Trump, it doesn't feel like him either. But there's some form of kind of, it almost feels like put them back in their place, put them back in their box, you know what I mean? You know, slap them down a little bit. Let's have a look here. Hiding something, assistance, help, controlled narrative, royal family. This is the exposing. This feels like going back into their box kind of energy. This kind of calling out the BS. I wish I could put names to these energies, but they're not being forthcoming because obviously they're hiding something. So it's like I can get the energy, but it's like shh, kind of, you know what I mean? So the secrets that are being called out here. The royal family in this reading feels like President Trumpy Trump and his team. We've spoken about the Republicans before, and if you haven't seen that one, go back to that one. But it's like this is Bobby Kennedy. This is it Tulsi Gabbard? I always get her name wrong. I'm so sorry. It's all kind of the collaboration that's behind Trumpy Trump. That's what it feels like with the royal family here, and they're exposing this controlled narrative. They're exposing truths, energy, weapon, so many people involved. Experiment. There is something here that is going to be the reason why, just for people whom are yelling at their screen right now, going, "Oh, you numpty!" This is what I'm assuming you sound like. "Oh, you numpty!" Oh, that's his kind of economic thing that his panel that he's been talking. No, this is why I didn't say that, because it didn't feel like that. This feels like putting them back in their box. This energy weapon feels like I'm more. It feels more like I'm focused on the orange here, of the kind of almost like the sun card, exposing the darkness, the corruption behind closed doors, the manipulation of narrative, the hoodwinking, that kind of stuff, the secret handshakes. It's that kind of stuff, and there's so many people. I think that's on all sides, Democrats and Republicans. That's everybody. Like, it doesn't matter. You're going to be sorted. Because there's something that they've been doing to kind of manipulate, and this feels more than just the American people, but to somehow kind of manipulate the narrative or the lies. The image I'm getting is the fake excuse for America being kind of to start a war in Vietnam back in the day. It was if I remember correctly, it was a fake attack on a naval ship. Correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments, please, and please educate the rest of the village as well. That's what the comments are there for. This is how we become better. But it's got that energy about it. There's a manipulation. There's a hoodwink. There's a but I don't think it sounds like. It doesn't feel as if it's kind of Ukraine. It doesn't feel that because I'm just trying to. If you're new to readings, it's like you're kind of pulling apart energies, and I was given the example of Vietnam, so it's like, okay, let's go through kind of the proxy wars and stuff that's going on. And I started off with the Middle East, and it didn't feel like that. It definitely didn't feel like Ukraine, but even though, isn't it fascinating that the Democrats, when Obama was involved, it was like he was over there trying to get Ukraine involved, I believe at the time NATO, and then and then it stopped for a bit, and everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, when old Biddy Biden got in, suddenly Ukraine's back on the map. Do you see what I mean? It was just like, but that doesn't feel like that either. It's just planned outcome, holding power. It's fascinating that we've got two crowns here. It's almost like this is the new guard, the new lot coming in, Trumpy Trump, and his lot. But then this is the secretive side, the real power of America, involving the Clintons and all that kind of stuff, and the Bushes and all that. But this planned outcome feels as if it's this manifesting. It's this, they're working on something that finally holds them to account. This manipulation, this kind of, and that's why this exposure, kind of like, this is how bad it's been. What I'm being reminded of right now is, isn't it fascinating? And we'll say that. Isn't it fascinating, for legal reasons, that Hillary Clinton can go around clip-cloppeting around saying how Goddard is Russia again, when history dictates, she signed up to the military, she did her service, she's done all this kind of stuff. She starts working for people as a representative and all that kind of thing, or senator, one of the two, and all that kind of stuff. And yet it's like in the last fortnight or so, it's been, she's this, that, and the other, misinformation, disinformation, quite literal, but it's not. This is what I'm going on about with the justice card here. And this is why he's getting in so much trouble, is that this black and white Asperger's as a superpower, it's that kind of energy where if you're going to have the rule, you're going to have it for everybody or not at all. It's that kind of mentality. And that's why it feels as if this exposure with the energy weapon, the energy here is millions of people listening and watching, millions of people understanding. Even though we've got so many people here, it feels as if this is the people this is going against, exposing all these people. This is like everyone from Clinton to Dick Cheney to kind of like all sides. It's all people. It's like, this is how it works. And this is what the planned outcome is. But they're trying to hold on to power. This feels like holding on to power, not necessarily, they're trying to, Yeah, the last card, even though it's a matter of time. Tick-tock, matter of time. Stay put. Overarching energy, control puppet. This is it. They're exposing the who's being manipulated by whom. I'm being drawn to the fact that it's practically the same dress, the same kind of position of the hands and stuff like that. But at the same time, one is kind of, it's different type of strings, if you get me. One is balloons, kind of high vibe, vibrations, kind of good energy, kind of white, innocence kind of energy. The other one is dull, manipulated. It's kind of like yin and yang, back and forth. You see what I mean? Left and right, up and down, black and white with the hair. It's that kind of almost what we were talking about, the balanced approach. But one lot is a controlled ilk. The other one lot are biding their time. It's a matter of time. So let's get some more tarot out here. I know I was only going to get 5 cards out, but I kept getting nudged to one more. So I was like, all right, I'll do my job. Do as I'm told. So advice, the way we're moving forward for the greatest good for Elon Musk. Thank you. Doopy-doopy-doo. Tum-tum-tum. Knight of Swords, there comes the truth. That's what we're talking about here. That's this rushing in of information, this exposure of information. That's crazy. Feeling out in the cold, people being exposed, kind of almost thrown out. There's weird noises from the neighbours. But so it's this kind of energy of these people thrown out of office or thrown out of high levels of the civil service or something like that. Page of Cups, making choices. Kind of where shall we go here on the next thing? The Page of Cups feels as if there's going to be kind of a backhanded offer. That's just not going to work. Kind of the Two of Cups is like I know it's the Three of Wands that's normally kind of the reviewing the progress and that kind of stuff, but it feels as if, right, okay, that's wave 1. Now let's go for the big boys. That's what it feels like. But the big boys are kind of like, but what if we offer you this shiny? And it's like, nah. King of Cups, the World card, new cycle, Ace of what? There's the 3. With this new idea coming in, this passion. Notice that it's the Ace of Wands down the bottom here, Ace of Wands up here. It's this new idea, that's new cycle, this new way ahead, this new opportunity, this manifesting. King of Cups does actually feel like that Bobby Kennedy is going to be involved. That feels like Bobby Kennedy energy with a new cycle. I don't know if he's going to lead a commission or some form of one of his roles. I know he's focusing a lot on health, but I think he would be the one most, and it's coming across here as the most kind of neutral, honest, respected of them. And they'll try and, I feel like they're going to try and drag him down, but it's not going to happen. Empress card. That feels like Trumpy Trump. Mainly because the fruits of his labor surrounded by his harvest. What I mean by that normally would be his skills, his mindset, his knowledge base, his understanding, his contacts, his friends and family, and all that kind of stuff, his resources, yeah? But it feels more about, in this reading, it feels as if his harvest is the collaboration he has built across all platforms and people. When I mean platforms, I mean parties. It's that kind of energy where this isn't like going back to the original reading of Trumpy Trump. They're only the Republicans by name. It's truly broad church of all people whom realize what's going on and have all clubbed together, if you get me. So this is what I'm getting here, is like, and that's what the leap of faith is about. This once again, the Sun card exposing the darkness, and Five of Cups again. This is kind of the elite classes, really kind of, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. It feels as if with the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, and we were getting lots of fives with the reading yesterday with the reparation thing with Labour. Fives are all about transitions and stuff like that. So they're being put back in their box. They're being thrown out of some description. Notice here that we haven't received any form of, apart from the Justice card at first, we haven't seen any form of kind of Eight of Swords, kind of imprisonment yet. We haven't seen any form of justice in respect. This feels more about a new beginning, a new kind of calling them out, a new way of doing things with the World card, a new cycle. But we've got the Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands. This feels like two people on the Democrat side, which I don't know. Page of Wands feels like a flunky of some description who's going to try and build bridges, but that ain't going to work. The Queen of Wands kind of feels like kind of old guard of Democrats. Could be Obama, could be Clinton, could be even Billy Boy. It just feels like, oh, we'll send this messenger, we'll send this little kind of peace offering, if you get me. And it's like, it's just not going to work. The decision's been made. Quite, it's like they truly are going to do what they said they're going to do. Everything is, and this is kind of going back. Well, I'm sorry to keep going back to that. Go and look out that reading after this one, but it's like everything they've said is true. It's like they're gonna when they say they're gonna release the paperwork on kind of the JFK assassination and all that kind of stuff, they mean it. They mean it. When they say they're going to expose certain things and stuff like that, they genuinely mean it. It's not kind of, unlike standing under a label of change, whatever that means. Change for what? Good or bad? We can see what's happening in the UK, what kind of change could mean. But it's like, it's that kind of energy where it's more than, it's bigger than themselves. There's this huge clear out, this huge thing that they're plotting, a new way forward. Notice how much yellow and warmth there is, even in the field over here. All this exposing, all this positivity, all this yumminess, yeah? And the fight, all they can do, Democrat side, but even though it's not there's no such thing anymore, I believe, as left and right. It's either you're progressive or you're not. That's the change now, and has been for like 20 years or so, plus probably. So it's they're going back, licking their wounds and things, but they I don't think they're going to have time to lick their wounds, because it's with the Five of Pentacles, it's just staring me out. It's like a downfall. It's kind of investigations and that kind of thing. It's got all that kind of energy around it. So let's go and cartoon clarity. The awakening, the rejection of it, yes. The quitting of the old guard, the old way of doing things. And even though they're stubborn and selfish and arrogant and la, fingers in ears, we're not listening, we don't care, blah, blah, blah. It's really going to, there we go, the imagination on the Fool card, which is pretty much very similar bouncy energies. Thinking about opportunities. How can we do this? How can we achieve this? And then the last card here, Cursed. Yep. It's their downfall, the Five of Cups. cursed, the misfortune of it, the ticking clock, which we had down here. It's a matter of time. They never thought they would see their comeuppance because they were in the right groups, in the right clubs and all that kind of stuff, the right handshakes and things. They never thought that there would ever that they would be held accountable for their actions. Overarching energy compromise, that feels more about the agreement of the timeline of how this is going to happen, and planting the seeds of opportunity, going all the way back to the page of Pentacles at the beginning there, at the base reading. This is fascinating. What's really fascinating about it is this is 22, this is 33, and we've got 77 down there, just repeating numbers. The synchronicities, kind of like, it's all kind of by plan almost. It's almost kind of, if you've been here long enough, you know what I've been saying about the Pluto going into Aquarius and that kind of thing. This is what we're talking about here. This is the transition happening. We're seeing right as now, in real time, as it were, as I record this, we're seeing the transition happening now in the UK from the readings like on Friday especially. We're seeing the same here in America. This is going to be it's going to be loud. There's going to be a lot of people yelling and screaming. Probably in America, Whoopi Goldberg losing her stuff and going cray about it. Same here in the UK. You're gonna hear a lot of bitching and moaning and stuff like that. And this is outrageous and blah 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 blah. But it's the cleansing. It's the new. It's the way forward. Hence why he's got Twitter, so that you can. There you go. That's info dump. But I think we're going to leave it here for now. If you enjoyed this reading, please thummy like. That'd be absolutely gorgeous and genuinely helps out the channel, and thank you so much indeed for that. If you enjoyed this reading, subscribe, ding-a-ling that bell, and get notified when we release more readings about all sorts of shenanigans. And please put your comments down below about your thoughts about this reading and Elon Musk. And also that's where you put suggestions for future readings, as I've said earlier. But until next time, where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See ya. Ta-ra.